All right, so in this quick video, we're going to talk about 30, 60, 90 triangles and how to find unknown sides for a 30, 60, 90 triangle using the flowchart. So let's say you have a 30, 60, 90. And in the interest of time, I'm not going to write the numbers into the angles. You should know that every problem, if it's a 30, 60, 90, should give you one of the other angles. So you know for sure that it's a 30, 60, 90. Okay? So in that situation, the simplest problem you can get is if you're given the short leg. So whatever the short leg happens to be, it's always across from the 30-degree angle. So let's say we have a short leg that is 5 units long. Okay? To go from the short leg to hypotenuse, we multiply by 2. So in this example, the hypotenuse would be 10. It's just twice as big as that short leg. And to go from the short leg to that long leg, the process is to either, it's right down here. Short leg to long leg is to multiply by square root of 3. So 5 times square root of 3 is just 5 root 3. So that works out nicely, right? What if instead of just a whole number short leg, you were giving something that has other square roots in it that looks a little bit more complicated, like let's say 5 root 7. Dun, dun, dun. Well, to get to the hypotenuse, I still just multiply by 2. So 5 times the 2 gives me 10, and the root 7 stays in the square root. Now for the long leg, we still multiply 5 root 7 by root 3. So root 7 times root 3 gives me root 21. Ta-da! That's it. So having the short leg is super, super useful, right? Okay, now, what if we don't have the short leg? Then we're kind of stuck, right? There's a lot of information that we need to know in order to get our way around that triangle. So let's say we know the hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse happens to be a whole number. Well, that's a really nice scenario because all we need to do to go from hypotenuse back to the short leg is just to divide it by 2. So half of 8 is 4. Yay! And if we know 4 is a short leg, then the long leg is just 4 square root of 2. 4 square root of 3. My bad. Okay? What if you have a square root next to that 8 in the hypotenuse? 8 root 7. I don't know why I wanted root 7 again, but let's say that's what that is. Then half of the hypotenuse is just 4 root 7. And the long leg is 4 root 7 times root 3, which is 4 root 21. Okay, so having the hypotenuse makes finding the short leg fairly straightforward, right? Just half of the whole number and you are there. All right, last part is the hardest part, which is what if you have the long leg and you have to find everything else? So let's say the long leg is a whole number. Well, let's say the long leg is something like 8 root 3. Well, that works out nicely because then all we need to do is take out the root 3 and we'll know that short leg is 8 and the hypotenuse is 16. Okay? However, if we don't have that nice square root of 3 in there to start with, then our process is going to look a little bit different, right? We can't just divide out root 3. So instead, let's say we have 9 root 5. Instead, what we need to do is divide the number by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, and then multiply the root by root 3. So root 5 times root 3 is root 15. Hopefully that helps. If not, come talk to me.